what he chooses to do. That's the problem. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So we're talking about two things. We were talking about what is possible with God. And secondly, you made some reference to miracles happening and a virgin birth. Right.
And theophany, God manifesting as a man. Sorry.
White man. You manifest yourself white man, not a black man. You never look like that.
Look, my brother.
Remember, every time, let me finish.
Christianity came to Africa first before it came to Europe. You should see the...
God look like a
Don't
white
even
man.
talk.
You look like
Christianity
Charles.
came to
He never
Africa
like you.
first before it went to
He
Europe.
never look like you. Whenever you look in the mirror, he never look
My
like
brother,
you.
Christianity came...
He never look like you.
Jesus Christ looks like you.
Yeah, but
He
not
looks
like you.
like a Semite.
Well, not like you.
Christianity came to Africa. We knew about Christianity first before it
No,
went to
you look
Europe.
like this, huh? He's a white man.
Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
See, now you
Okay,
look
Martin.
Like that.
So Martin, here where we at now.
Yeah.
To summarize, we're at a position now, we're trying to have a conversation to get an understanding what is possible with God and what is not possible. And you draw a possibility of the virgin birth of Jesus, which men thought to be impossible. Right. Now, my argument to that is I have no problems accepting miraculous birth of Jesus. I have no issues with that. So it's not really relevant to me. But what we take issue with is people making attributes to God, giving things to God that does not befit his majesty, his greatness, and they humanizing God. And this humanization of God is unprecedented. So in the history of what we know of God, we have never known in the history of God that God ever take the form of a cow, a dog, a pig, or a human being. We have not known that. And if that was to ever happen, two things we have to understand. Number one, we're taking this information based on what someone else says. And number two, God never opened up the heavens, reveal himself, and give us this information. So if God opened the heavens, reveal himself, and tell me this is what he's going to do, I have no issues with that. What is subjected to questioning and interrogation is if we take in a concept about God that came from other people who were not prophets. Then those concepts cannot be, like you said, everything is possible with God, a miraculous birth is possible with God, therefore God coming down in the form of a man is also possible. That's not the attitude. As long as God did not open the heavens, reveal himself, and convey this information to me, every other information that claim to be of God has to subject itself to scrutiny, questioning, examination, and possibilities. So therefore, here what the argument is now. If you are suggesting that God humiliated himself or humbled himself to become a man, if that's the argument you say, and you believe this only because the Bible tells you this, that's the only reason you believe that. So if you didn't have a Bible, or the Bible never revealed to you, you never had access to a Bible, you have never come with that understanding. You would never had that belief. That belief would be out of it.
Absolutely.
Right, that's good. So the only source of that belief is a New Testament belief.
No, Old Testament and New
Well,
Testament.
if it is an Old Testament belief,
And New Testament.
if it is, then all the Jews will believe Jesus is God. But the Jews who follow the Old Testament, they don't accept Jesus as a prophet, as a messenger, or God. So the question is, if you didn't have the Old Testament wasn't revealed to the nowadays Christians. The Old Testament was revealed directly to the Jewish community.
Jews.
Yeah. So they received it.
Yes.
Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get things wrong. But by large, nobody from the wider Jewish community accept Jesus to be God, accept God to be of a man, or accept Jesus to be a messenger of God. So if you're saying it is there, none of them believe it. So the question is, the concept of God becoming a man and having man attributes, it's a concept that is unprecedented, that's my argument, and it's a concept that is open for interrogation as to why would he do that, and why is it impossible for God to be a man. So my argument would be to open up, have some interrogation to this concept, and to suggest to you it is impossible for God to be a man, just as God has no interest to become a cow and go in India to prove any point to the Indians, or to become a rat and go any part of the world to prove a point about himself. I'm saying it is not possible. It is not. And not possible does not mean to say God is weak. So if I says, I have a pen here, And this pen is unbreakable. I'm not saying the pen is weak. I'm not saying the pen is lack of power. I'm describing the strength of the pen. So if I was to say it is not befitting the majesty, the greatness, the power of God to become a cow or a human being. Because if you look at the nature of human being, the qualities of human being does not befit the majesty, the greatness, and the superiority of God. So my opening argument to you is that logically, evidence, historically, God has no interest in becoming a cow, a rat, or a human being.
I'm happy you mentioned what you just said. Now, can I ask you a question? It's going to give me a very brief answer. Where did you get that concept from?
Which one?
The concept of the fact that it is not possible for God to become a human being and debase himself by becoming a human being.
I accept this concept logically.
No. Where did you get the concept from? Let's be honest, my brother.
Listen, your honesty, I'm not challenging your honesty.
All right.
And I don't think it's fair for you to challenge mine. I'm saying to you, in front of you, your name is Martin.
Yes.
I can say it to you, Martin.
Yes.
The idea of God becoming a rat, a cow, or a human being, or a pig is ridiculous when it comes to the majesty of God.
Good. Now,
Right. And I'm saying
remember
this,
it's my time. I
oh,
just
yes.
gave you 1 minute.
I'm going to finish now.
Go on.
I'm only saying, and that concept does not match, it does not befit the majesty or the greatness of God. And I'm summarizing now to say, if I say it's not possible for God to become a pig, it means to say he is so great that it is not the nature of greatness and power to become a pig or a rat or dog.
Good. Now, you've mentioned several things now which made me start with what I said.
I got it.
You have mentioned as we speak that it is not God's glory to become a man or a pig or a cow or whatever that other humans
claim.
As humans claim. The question I want to ask you is this. If God laid claim and stated, see that's the point, this is the key issue, and stated that he is going to manifest as a man, if God said so, and that it is not belittling to him, if God said so, it's not belittling to him. Isaiah chapter 53, Isaiah chapter 9, Isaiah chapter 7. If God painted that picture by his inspired prophets, that it is not belittling for him to do it. In actual fact, it's an act of love and mercy to mankind, and it's one of the highest things that he was going to do for mankind's sake. If God said that prophetically to us, as a body of people, who are we to listen to? God or any other opinion? Or maybe a treatise in future that...
Can I respond to that question?
Before you do. Or maybe a treatise that in future contradicts that statement he made about himself, saying that it is not an indignity, it is for love, grace, and mercy that he did it. If there is a treatise in future, I'm going to be very direct, the Quran, or maybe in the Hadiths, that states that it is, how can God be that? Somebody who goes and poo-poos, an ordinary man that eats. Oh, this room, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I'll finish. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
So, somebody that poo-poos, an ordinary man that goes to the toilet with all that waste, that it is belittling. It's demeaning to God. But if God tells you he is that in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, and then there is another testament that contradicts the concurrency of the old and the new.
I'm following. Right. So can I answer that? Can I answer that?
Yes.
I want to answer it briefly and shortly. Now, if God said it, anything God said, I will believe. I'm compelled to.
Excellent.
Right. Now, however, if you say, or he come and tell me something about God that is unprecedented, then I have to interrogate the concept.
I agree.
To see whether or not if this concept is consistently match the divinity of God. Therefore, if a man was to come here now and say to Martin, Abdullah, God is living in India in a cow and I'm worshiping him. Therefore, I should accept that. Then I am saying to you, you and I is bounded to interrogate question that concept. Now,
Now,
look
don't
at
funny.
it.
Let's be.
Okay.
Hopefully, we hit next Sunday. We meet here.
All right,
But
okay.
because of this gentleman,
Yeah,
let
right.
me just give a quick retort.
Yes.
If God chooses to communicate what is glorious, what is divine, and what is divine nature is, not just communicate it, but manifest it. You and I cannot now then have a treatise later on that contradicts that.
I agree. If God says
That
something.
is the problem.
No, but we're in agreement.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
No, that's not the problem.
The
Because
Quran-
that's not real.
Wait a minute,
You know what's
sir.
real?
Wait a
Thing
minute,
is, not
sir.
God revealed himself and told us that.
Wait a
we
minute, sir.
taking that idea from someone else. So I'm in agreement with you.
Sir.
We agree, Martin.
Oh, this one. Let's meet next week. Let's meet
Martin,
next week.
nice one, yeah?
But by the way,
I'm in agreement with you.
the false
hypothetical.
Wait a minute. The
in
false
principle.
the false
But if
Christ-
we're taking the
Sir,
idea
the
from
false
someone
Christians,
else.
the false Christians, the majority of them were Jews. Majority of those in Jerusalem were Jews. Peter was a Jew. James was a Jew. 5,000, 3,000 was initially converted.
But Martin, the question,
5,000 was converted.
the question is,
Almost the
one
whole
minute.
of Jerusalem
Martin,
was
one
converted.
question,
So that's the
one
answer
short
to your-
question before you go. One short question.
All right.
If someone was to come and say God is living in a cow in India, how would you interrogate that concept?
Very simple. As God prophesied that he's going to be a cow in the books of old. Never.
So God prophesied that he so loved this world, which he never loved this world, that he will give his only begotten
He
son
did
for
prophesy
a world
he was
in
going
which
to come as a
a
virgin
world-
through a virgin. Has that ever happened to any man? No.
Martin, nice one.
Next week, let's meet you next Sunday. God bless you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Which one is this one?
You just finished? You just finished? You just finished? Okay. So we gonna use it. Yeah, of course. I want it. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I want it. Okay. Which Quran do you read? Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, what is your name?
Jude, what's your name?
My name is Abdullah.
Abdullah, nice to meet
I've
you.
seen you before. We had very small
Conversations, yeah.
But I don't think one of these are going to go well for us.
Why is that?
Because your frequency and my frequency is very different.
Would you like me to calm down my frequency?
He will not. He will not.
Huh?
He will not. He
Are you
will
capable?
start 1 minute, 2
I'm
minutes,
very
and he
capable.
will.
As long as you don't lie to my face.
Abdullah, 1 minute and
No, I
they
don't
will
do the
accelerate.
insults.
Okay.
I don't do insults.
All right.
And also, I'm older than you.
All right, my apologies.
So being older than you, there's an expectation of
Yes, sir.
that kind of respect.
Yes, sir.
But I'm familiar with you, and I'm just saying your frequency and my frequency is different.
I will calm my frequency for you, out of respect. Okay.
So what do you want to talk about?
Okay, okay. Put a condition. He start to shout, start to play game, you leave.
So if it start to get foul, what are we going to do?
I will
Respect.
stop, yeah, I will stop, and then you can end it.
Okay. So you want to start first, or you want me?
Yeah, I just want to ask one question. Is that okay?
Well, you can ask the question, but I'm not compelled to answer.
Is that the same thing for me too?
Yeah, obviously. So if I ask you a question, I would not try to punish you verbally for not answering.
But what if I answer you, you don't like my answer?
Then that's fine. I don't have to like the answer. It's a conversation.
But if I answer you and you say you don't like my answer, did I still give you an answer?
You did. Yeah. But I wouldn't be upset with it.
All right.
I'm not here to be upset.
Okay.
So, do you want to start first or you want me to go first?
I already said I'll ask the question.
Right, sorry, go on. Go on.
Do I need to get closer to it? Or you have all the mics? Yeah. So, is there any Christian channels here?
You don't know, we are doing live. Don't think.
Oh yeah?
There
Can I get one Christian channel here? Because I don't want you guys cut and paste.
are 3 lives. 3 lives.
Yeah, I know. I need one Christian channel here.
You can some channel.
Why not?
Making
Yeah, but he's debating right now. Because I don't want you guys cut and paste. That's why.
that's why he's making
But you guys gotta cut and paste it though.
It's a soft
No, that,
Alright,
that,
just make
that,
sure that I cut and paste.
that's what your Christian do. That's what
No,
they
no,
do.
you guys
yeah,
do. Trust
no,
me.
no, no.
You guys
Show me
call me
one
the
single
clown.
one. Show me single one. Show me single one.
I will show you.
Show me. Okay, go ahead. Show me.
All right, so you want to begin? Okay, so what my question is,
Look how we
the
change
Quran
it.
is supposed to be the final company.
See how we change it.
The Quran is supposed to be the final company. Yes.
Subhanallah. First one.
Yeah, yeah. well, I'm trying to get to the
So
conversation.
I think you should make a statement, declare your position,
Okay.
and then I can respond after that.
Okay. All
It
right.
might be something that I'm not interested in having a conversation.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm not qualified.
Oh, yeah, this is a Christian channel. All right. Oh, are they running? Yeah, it looks like they are. So, my question is, the Quran is supposed to be the final confirmation, right? The Quran says, right, there was only 9 plagues that happened when Moses, went to Egypt to free the people of Israel, right? The Quran states that it was only 9 plagues. But according to the Torah, there was 10. Why does the Quran, which is supposed to be the final confirmation, leave out the 10th plague? And what is the 10th plague that it left out? Can you answer that question? You can. Thank you. So, we can see that I can come
To turn your back on me like that without formally stopping the conversation is not polite. So, because of my age, we communicate on different levels of politeness. You're human being, you're a religious man, you study scriptures, so if we want to have a conversation, if we want to end the conversation, we end politely and we meet each other.
فليجد العلم نفسه فليجد العلم الشيخ الدبل لما يتكلم باللغة العربية بسلاسة وبطلاقة والكلمات نعم الكلمات موزونة والكلمات في محلها والله لو سألته عن شيء إلا أخرج لك رتبة لا من الحديث السند ولا من
You can answer that question. Why the Quran does not confirm the 10th one?
The same question that you asked, I cannot answer.
Now, okay. Is there only one Quran?
قال عنه هو إمام الإمام
Can't answer that either.
No, I'd like you to make a statement.
Is there only one Quran?
That's a question. I'd like you to make a statement.
حتى هو
You guys say there's only one Quran. But yeah,
You guys, who said
Muslims.
I mean, you hear conversation with lots of people.